Here's the silver medalist in the snatch, Angel Genchev. Prepared specifically for these championships. Doesn't figure in the current world rankings. But he'd have known his form in relationship to his teammate, Yotov.
Very good technician. And a hard but solid, technically perfect lift.
Gives him a score on the board.
And the referee is not looking too happy with the length of the sleeves on his t-shirt. Of course, the elbows mustn't be covered, although looking there, doesn't seem to be causing a problem.
Well, he's got the 3 white lights, the lift stands, and it's good. And onto the stage at exactly the same weight comes Attila Feri of Hungary. Lifted 145 in the snatch. In fact, ended up in 7th place.
And it looks good, and it is good.
So Ferry gets his first total.
Elbows nice and high on the clean. And the bar looked to be a slight press out on the left arm, but the referee's happy.
The bar still on 185 for Egwazarian of Armenia. And the clean and jerk promises to be just as competitive as the snatch was.
And he certainly looks much better on the clean and jerk than the snatch.
2-1. So let's have a look at the replay and see what it was that caught that one judge's eye.
Well, the clean, elbows nice and high, no problems there. But I think maybe it was that right arm.
We should see again on the overhead if we get that replay. No time, because Yotov's already on stage. He's coming in at 185 as well. But the Armenian, nonetheless, he's got a good lift. Yotov, who lifted 192.5 in the clean and jerk to win the European title this year. Mind you, had to, with Militosian, I should say, who piled on the pressure in the snatch.
Doesn't waste much time, does he? And a comfortable opener.
But very important, he was bettered in the snatch by 5 kilos by the man who has the advantage of the better draw. Here comes Ergun Batmaz. This is his second attempt, the first one not successful. So now Ergun. He'll need to get this, otherwise he'll find himself under quite a bit of pressure.
Yes, 2.5 kilos more than he's ever lifted. A big weight to start on.
And if he fails, the possibility of not getting a total.
That's more like it. And makes no mistakes on that one.
So it'll be interesting to see what weight he opts for his final lift. Would he sit out and watch a little bit more of the drama unfold before he makes that decision? Now, is it 187.5 or is it going to be 190? Genchev
having his sleeves rolled up again. Determined not to take that t-shirt off.
A chance to look at the Turkish lifter again from the overhead view. Gets it up really solidly, establishes the feet underneath the bar, and that's a good lift. So 187.5, that was the feeling, just 2.5 kilos. And a change again. Now it looks to be as if it's going to go to 190. Yes, it is.
So, Fadel Gula successful with this lift would mean that Yoto Yotev would need 197.5 kilos, which is 5 kilos over the existing world record.
And this is piling on the pressure, both physical and psychological. But he did miss one of the snatches, the first one at 160. It took him 2 attempts. Now, has he got it right? We'll know in just over 30 seconds. It looks as if he's turned the screw. Is that unanimous? Yes, it is. And the audience here, very, very quiet. They're really engrossed in this. This is one of the tightest battles we've seen. And that means he can afford to watch and wait as Genchev comes up for 190. Now, Genchev is 69.36 kilo weight, Gula 69.52. So this, the lighter man, to take the lead.
Really had to work standing up out of that clean. Has he got enough left for the jerk? And no.
And once again, some unsporting noises in the hall. I wish they'd not do that. Now here comes the Hungarian, Attila Feri. Attila Feri coming in for 190. His body weight 69.50. Gula 69.52. So this is for the lead in the clean and jerk as well.
And I think the elbows touch the knees on the clean, so I'm not sure. But it's 3 white lights and the lead.
So Ferry, who you suggested, I think, David, was looking more like a man who'd succeed at this rather than the snatch. So far, so good. And we are only 2.5 kilos off the world record. Now, Yotov, 190. And in simple terms, to stay alive, to keep his world championship, he has got to lift this, because he's going to have to go further on the third lift. No room for error. And it doesn't matter how much of a favorite you are, you're not when you're in this position.
Oh.
So
puts him into a very difficult position.
He's going to have to go for, I think, one big lift. But how big that lift is going to have to be now really depends on how hard Gula wants to turn the screw again. But Ferry's in there. Genshev is still alive. Genshev's third and final attempt at 190. Now again, just to remind you, Genshev is lighter than Gula, so this would give him the lead and force Gula to go for a higher weight. Not to be.
No. Just caught it all wrong. With a weight like that, you have to catch it in exactly the right position. Caught it a little forward with the elbows low. And from that full squat position, unless you hit it just right, very difficult to stand.